Welcome to the channel, Pain the Batoot here with another Tarkov video for you. Gunsmith Part 7 guide, which is a mechanic test, or task. Sorry, I said test, didn't I? Task. Um, Gunsmith tasks are pretty good. They give you a little bit of experience. They usually unlock something and give you a bit. Plus, they have some boost to the mechanics rep, which in this case I'm pretty good on. But let's I have to get up to 20 here. Let's have a look at it. I'm, as you can see, done with it. There are a number of ways to do it. I don't have the money necessarily or the time really to go through every combination, but I'll give you some thoughts on the items you need to concentrate on. So an M4, it needs a silencer, 60 round mag, ergo 47 or above, recoil 300 or less, no more than equal to or less than 3.8 kilograms for weight, and it needs a sighting distance of 800 meters. So 800 meters means no red dot. It's got to be an intermediate scope like the Spectre, the Bravo, the ACOG. So it has to be one of those. All right, so getting your M4, of course, you can go directly to Peacekeeper, and you can either trade or for three CPUs and one fan, or buy it for $685. M4, there's got to be a lot of M4s available on the flea. I'll take this off. There we go. So weapons, assault rifles, and where we find the M4. There. So all kinds of them here. What you have to be really careful of course, is if you're buying something off the flea, normally it's 100 out of 100, as you can see, but you must be 60 or above. So even though this gun here looks to be have everything you need, it doesn't. So it's not worth it. I mean, I can buy it and strip it. Somebody's already taken it, but you need to be at 60 or above. And notice, okay, that one works. That. A lot of these guns do not match it. These ones have been taken off a scav or something, and this one does have the durability, but you have to be concerned about durability. So it must be 60 out of 100 or above. And anything below that, mechanic will just reject it. You'll try to hand it in. It looks like you got everything done, everything built, everything's wonderful, and that kind of stuff, and it doesn't work. So, for example, this no good, no good, no good, no good. Okay, 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 okay. So when you're purchasing it, oh, it's already gone. So you see that they disappear and appear very quickly. But obviously, right now, Mechanic's got the cheapest one, even though it's grayed out. He's only 61,000. Everything else here is above. But you can go through and maybe you'll find something that's got some of the components you're looking for already on it, which would be a bonus. But yeah, that's how it goes. Always try to pick one that's 100 out of 100, really. This one's been repaired once. It's down to 94. Every time you repair a weapon, it drops from the maximum of 100 down to 94. So this one's got 100 hit points possible, or as a maximum. This is only 94. So this one has been used. And why is that important? As you go, as the durability, this is a factor here, drops, it's more likely to jam. So you'll be shooting at somebody and you'll jam mid gunfight, which gets you dead. So yeah, even though this is a nice looking gun, it's got a lot of the parts on it that are important. It's is below, so I'm not really interested in it. I'll just do a refresh, and you kind of get the same. Here's one here. I happen to be at the top, I believe. How did that happen? It's gone to the most expensive. Here's somebody's put a really expensive one on. It's not what I'm interested in. Uh, so it's gone from top to bottom by looks of it. So if I go here, I'm going back down into the lower price ranges. But again, try to get something 100 out of 100. Okay, so that's how you get the gun. Let's go over to my gun and look at it. You can see here the little check mark that if you hover over says this item fits objective for the active task. Gunsmith Part 7, so it means I can hand it in. Let's have a look. So, as I said, weight 3.8, so this is 3.6. Weight's going to be a factor. That's why I've picked a very minimum of material in the pieces, so that foregrip is a small foregrip. You just have to get one with the ergo and the recoil reduction that you need. But notice this one is 0.08, whereas if I look at this foregrip, it's 9. So that's why I chose this one. You need a silencer, so I picked the Thunder Beast Arms Ultra 5, mainly because I had one, but it's got recoil reduction of 9, and all the silencers are going to impact ergonomics negatively. So you just try to get the lowest one possible. Here's a hybrid that would work on it. It's minus 17. So it actually has a much smaller impact on the recoil and ergo, but it's 0.549, whereas the smaller Ultra 5 is again 0.2, so much lighter. So if you're struggling, if I was struggling with the weight, then I couldn't use the hybrid. And this is just the basic rotor. Recoil is not bad, ergo is not horrible, but again, it's half a 0.5 kilograms. So again, weight is going to be a problem. The other thing is for the stock. So there's lots of stocks out there. Again, you have to be concerned when you're looking at the stock. Does it have good recoil? How much of a bonus does it give for ergo? And this Daniel Defense Enhanced Collapsible has a really good plus 14 buff. Looking at another stock that potentially work, it's only plus 10. Recoil again is not that much of a problem on this build, so I can go with something and focus on something that's got the best ergo. Now for the sights, I'm using the ACOG. It does require a little mount here to do it, but it's, you got to compare. All the scopes are gonna that you can use are gonna have around minus 1.5 to 2 ergonomic reduction. So it doesn't matter if I use the ACOG or where's the other one that I was looking at here a minute ago. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? No, there it is. So this is Hammer, which is a good one. So if I jump up here, I still think I'd be safe to pull that off and put the hammer on. No, check mark's gone. Weight's okay, but my ergo is half a point lower. So I would have to find something where I could get a half a point more on the ergonomics for it. Now, one thing you can add here is these flip up sights. You can put one here, and usually you can put one back here, and you get a point of ergonomics just for doing that. So maybe if I find one of those, do I have one here? Let's see. There we go. There's my check marks magically appeared because now I'm at 47.5. So these little rear sight and foresight, all they do really is, because you don't actually use them, they do give you an extra point. So you can see here that the hammer works with that combination. I want to actually keep the hammer, so I will put the ACOG back on, and now it's up at 48. So stock, Daniel Defense Enhanced Collapsible, silencer, Thunder Beast Arms Ultra 5, and you might find something that you have that works, but this is in my build. Scope for the 800 meters is the ACOG, and it does need a little mounting bracket. The foregrip I used is the Aeronox AX-15 10.5 inch M-Lock. Again, you can play around with this. There's only a boost to ergonomics. There's no recoil reduction with this. It is a little hefty in weight, but there are some other options. For example, on this M4, if I look, there's the LVOAC, +9 ergo, -1 recoil. So even that might actually work as opposed to this. Well, if you want, I can try it. Pull that off quickly. Come back here and pull this off quickly. Throw this on. Now, what's the problem here? The weight. And so, if I pull the foregrip off, which is heavy, and go with this foregrip, which is smaller, lighter. Where is it? Am I looking at the wrong? There it is. Okay, it didn't like that either, so still too heavy. So I would have to find some other way of reducing the recoil, because even though my ergo's good, this recoil's good, it's weight. So I'd have to find some way of shaving a couple of points of weight off with using this LVOAC foregrip. So let me just pull that off. Yunk, yunk, and I do need a yunk, and then my check mark's back. So that's what you have to do. You have to play with components. So on this gun, weight is going to be the big thing that you have to worry about, followed secondly by ergo. Recoil doesn't seem to be much of a problem. So once more, run through my build. I put this rear sight and foresight on because I get 2 points of ergo with them. I use the DB Daniel Defense um, enhanced collapsible buckstock because it's got the 14 boost ergo mainly. Almost any stock will give you a good recoil reduction. It's the ergo points that I want. That's why I use that one. I use the Cobra because it is light, 0.08 kilograms, and it's got a good boost to ergonomics of 9. There isn't very many foregrips like this. Foregrip's only 7, and it's a lot heavier, so I went with that. Growl, I went with it because it's got the 15 boost to ergo, probably the biggest ergo boost in grips, or sorry, in pistol grips. Although there are a couple more actually, I just don't happen to have them. But there's a couple more that have. I think there's one more that has like a 16, so that would be good if you had it. You have to use a 60 round mag. There's 2 of them. There's this one, and there's kind of a silvery one. This has got a -16 on ergo. The silver one I think is actually a little bit better on ergo, but it's got more weight, and you have to be concerned about weight. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is no round in the chamber, no bullets in the mag, because that'll kill your weight. And then I'm using the Aeronox AX-15 foregrip. There's probably a combination dinking around using other grips like this, but you're going to have to watch out for the weight. The weight is going to be the big thing to worry about. So there's the LVOAC, and here is the Armstrong one. And again, the weight, the weight, the weight, the weight. So weight and ergonomics are your enemy on this one. So I think that's it. So foresight or forward sight, rear sight for ergo boost. Pretty well all the scopes even are going to have exactly the same negative impact on ergo, but you need the 800 meters. So the hammer is one option, ACOG's another, and then there's the other one that you can get, which is the Bravo. It's right here. So this one would also work. The Bravo is available for mechanic for a trade item. The only reason I'm using the ACOG is I don't care about it as much. I want to keep the Bravo and the hammer for gameplay. Again, so that's 800 meters, fore and rear sight, single point of ergo. Pistol grip has the biggest boost to ergo, and so pick one that's lightweight. You got a choice of 2 mags. I'm using this mag because I have it, but there's a silver one. You just have to look at the ergo and its weight and compare the two. But I've obviously done a build with this particular 60 round mag. The stock, there's a lot of stocks that will give you recoil that you want, but this one, the Daniel Defense, it's lighter and it also has a good boost to ergonomics, so I wanted that. This foregrip is light, has a good boost to ergonomics. So all in all, that's the build. So I will go here to mechanic, tasks, Gunsmith 7, turn it in, collect, done. And I got Gunsmith Part 8, which is an AKS 74N. I'll have a video out on that. So just again, almost always you have to factor in weight, ergonomics, and recoil reduction. And different builds will have different requirements, or it's not requirements, but more catch points. So you have to, on one build, you have to watch your weight. On another build, you have to watch your ergonomics, get it up higher. On one build, you'll need better recoil. And that's what it is. So in this one, ergo has to be 65 and above, recoil 275 and lower. So I'm not sure. 65 recoil pretty high. 275 recoil is pretty low, so it could be a challenge getting this one built. But hopefully this video will help you with Gunsmith Part 7, and I'll move on to doing Part 8. All right, thanks.